on different sides of the globe. They've been preparing for this moment. The pressure of a single elimination tournament. The Jamaican fighting to reclaim gold.
Oh, big shots in.
And he's taken down.
And to show a nation's youth that when you dream big,
work hard, never give up.
Anything is possible. One shot at greatness. Jackson versus Koreshkov.
Orlando, our host city for the first round. We're here at the iconic Universal Studios in Orlando. 25 nations, 64 fighters, 6 different continents represented in our world tournament here in 2025. It is an international affair, even here in the broadcast booth. That's Randy Couture. He's an American like me. One of the British legends of the game, Dan Hardy. Happy to be with my guys for the entire 2025 tournament.
Tail the tape for the first bout of the evening. Nathan Kelly, Tae-Kyun Kim. Kelly, 27 years of age. The Korean Kim is 31. Kim, also the taller fighter here, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. Kelly weighed in 1 pound heavier, and the reach advantage goes to Tae-Kyun Kim. Let's pick up the action in round 1.
Kelly's got to watch out for that head kick.
Kim flashing the jab.
Overhead left landed. Kim has dropped Nathan Kelly. Look at that. Kelly threw his legs up, tried to grab an armbar or a triangle, had to give up his back, and now Kim flattening out Nathan Kelly.
Both these guys, great submission artists. Both have significant submissions in their fight record, in their wins.
Oh, here comes the
naked.
Rear naked attempt. It's on the jaw. Tight squeeze from Kim. He'll have to let it go and settle for mount.
There's some blood coming from somewhere as well. I think it's
from Kelly.
Yes.
The first artwork for the night. A little abstract, but I like it.
Tell you what, Nathan Kelly recovered relatively quickly after being dropped. Kim came in for the ground and pound, and Kelly was already attacking.
Call that a flash. You get hit, and the second your butt hits the mat, you know exactly where you're at. He certainly did. Went for that triangle choke. Kim doing good enough when he came down not to get caught in that and have it tight.
Short choke attempt here from Kim. It's just a neck crank for now. Nathan Kelly's got to address it, though.
Right eye of Nathan Kelly is where the cut is and where the blood's coming from.
Doing a good job fighting the hands is Kelly.
Little neck crank by Kim, trying to find his way under Nathan Kelly's chin to sink that choke in deep. Kelly doing a great job of hand fighting, protecting his neck.
These cranks and these squeezes make it so that you can't, as the fighter underneath defending, you can't mount any offense. You can't improve your position. You always have to address those chokes and those cranks and that pain.
That blood is making that a little slicker. That's going to allow that arm to sink in a little easier and make it harder for Nathan Kelly to keep him off of his throat and off those carotid arteries.
Kim decided to try and snake the left arm in under the chin. Got a little bit deeper there, but Kelly appears to be reacting calmly. Not in any trouble. Any serious trouble.
That's deep.
That's nasty.
That's
Switch it again. There's the
under the
squeeze.
chin. He's going to go out.
Kelly went out. The fight is over. Tae-Kyun Kim advances in the PFL World Tournament.
Kim rushes in. There's that flash knockdown that Randy Couture was talking about. Kim swarms him, circles to his back, sinks in the body triangle, and then there's the rear naked choke. Wow, what a beautiful finish. And Kelly went to sleep.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner via rear naked choke at 4:53 in round 1. And advancing to the semifinal of the PFL Featherweight World Tournament, Tae-Kyun Kim!
The 4th submission victory of Tae-Kyun Kim's career. Second bout of the evening takes place in the welterweight bracket. Giannis Bashar and Masayuki Kikuiri. Bashar out of Greece is 34 years of age. Kikuiri 5 years younger. Bashar, the taller fighter here, also weighed in slightly heavier, but the longer arms belong to Masayuki Kikuiri. Let's pick up the action in round number 2. Body shot there from Bashar. An exchange of jabs. They both rock back. Nice long jab from Kikuiri, but he ate a calf kick. Body kick from Kikuiri. There's the big hooks again from Giannis Bashar. Big takedown here.
This is better with the head position. Bashar goes for the wizard kick, doesn't get it. Level change there by Kikuiri.
Very nice level change by Kikuiri. Almost a slide by Greco-Roman technique there almost.
I think Bashar needs to step up his aggression a little bit here. He needs to work hard to get off the fence. He's going to keep taking those knees to the midsection.
Elbow from Kikuiri as he backs out. Shovel uppercut. And Giannis Bashar trying to start a combination. Kikuiri won't let him have the distance he wants. A couple of jabs here sneaking through for the fighter out of Japan, and a good rip to the body with that left hand.
Nice drive.
Beautiful double.
Good balance by Bashar. Kikuiri continuing to hunt for it and finally gets it. 1 minute left in round number 2. Masayuki Kikuiri now working on top. And Bashar trying to switch him over.
Nice reversal attempt by Bashar, but Kikuiri not having it. Double underhooks by Kikuiri.
Dan was talking about the head position battle. Giannis Bashar has an interesting spot for his head when they're chest to chest. He doesn't try to put it under the chin. He kind of hangs it out over the shoulder of Masayuki Kikuiri.
I'm kind of wondering whether he's looking at the feet of his opponent, though. That's why I was thinking the same thing, Sean. And I don't know whether it's because of the judo, the trips and reaps. Oh, good balance to land on top.
Kikuiri tried to do a big throw. Bashar with the hips gets on top as round 2 comes to a close. Round 3. Giannis Bashar not getting up off the stool here to start round 3. The fight is over.
Wow. I saw him breathing heavy in the first round.
His knees dislocated, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner via TKO after 5 minutes of round 2, Masayuki Kikuiri.
Let's get back to more of the 2025 PFL World Tournament from the iconic Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. Time now to take a look at the tail of the tape for this featherweight feature. Gabriel Braga, Fred Dupras. Braga still only 26 years of age. Dupras out of Canada is 31. Both men standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Dupras weighed in slightly heavier. Reach advantage of 3 inches favoring the Brazilian Gabriel Braga. Dupras in that southpaw stance immediately throws a kick for Braga to consider and gets after the takedown attempt immediately.
Nice double. Stayed off his knees, kept his feet moving. Looking to body lock and trip now against Braga. Braga doing a great job of keeping his balance, using that whizzer. Dupras with good head position. Looking to dig those knees into those thighs.
Man, Dupras is strong. You can see why he's a guillotine specialist with those lats on his back.
Huge upper body for a featherweight. Nice. Good read with that leg. Folded the left leg of Braga.
There's the guillotine right there. Arm in guillotine here. Braga fighting the hands, trying to protect his neck. Dupras going to soften him up a little more, make the adjustment, trying to find the cinch. He's got it tight. He's under the chin.
And he's got it
very tight.
This is a nasty choke.
Very tight guillotine, arm in guillotine.
Braga trying to elevate his hips, give himself a better angle.
Braga's hanging on. He's got a hand in the grip, I think. He's got a little separation. Dupras trying to pull it back in here, but I think Braga might slide out. Oh my goodness,
that is tight. Wow.
Dupras regrips the legs.
not conceding.
Dupras's got to be careful. He crowned out. Braga crowned out. How much gas in those arms from that long a squeeze?
That was about a 60-second squeeze for Dupras. And this is where Braga likes to work. Elbows back for all the PFL fighters as part of this tournament.
Hey, Braga was breathing through his eyelids there for a while.
Breathing through something.
Beautiful straight right hand stuck through the guard of Dupras, who's trying to toss his legs up and get an angle on an arm block. Braga might be trying to prove a point here after that nasty guillotine.
Trying to get a second hook. He's secured. Good for that. Good back position now. Braga going to work on Dupras next.
I think he's too high. I think he's too high on the back.
Dupras slid down, got his hips down. He's getting too low to get an angle on the choke for Braga.
Braga might look to take top position here.
Gonna have to be careful not to let Dupras spin around in his guard.
And there's the risk of putting those hooks in and locking himself into that grappling position.
Floats over, back to the top, on the back, Gabriel Braga. No slouch in the grappling department. Tries the short choke, more of a crank here. Under a minute now in the first round of this featherweight contest.
Got it tight. Can't tell if he's under the chin. Good hand control by Dupras.
He's just going to squeeze across the face.
Face crank here.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it tight. Got the tap. Wow.
Gabriel Braga submits Fred Dupras and advances in the Featherweight World Tournament. Look how tight this was.
Very, very tight guillotine. He crowns out, get his head out. And now Dupras, how much gas left in those arms after over a minute squeezing. Here's the grounded pound by Gabriel Braga, picking his shots, staying out of trouble. There's the adjustment. Got it locked on tight. Again, Dupras doing a great job of not making this easy. The hand fighting with Dupras, slides it in, locks it in. Now he's cranking the face. And there's the tap.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner via rear naked choke at 4 minutes, 37 seconds of round one. Rio de Janeiro's very own Gabriel
Braga, a man on a mission. This welterweight fight will close out the early card. Here's your tail of the tape from Muhammad Berkamov and Thad Jean. Berkamov is 31 years of age. Thad Jean, 5 years younger at 26. Jean, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, makes him the taller fighter here. Both men weighed in at that welterweight limit of 171 pounds. And as is often the case, the taller fighter, Thad Jean, with the reach advantage here. This time it's 3 inches. Let's pick up the action in round one. Winner of this fight will advance to face the winner of our main event tonight, Jason Jackson and Andre Koreshkov.
There's a nice front kick there by Thad Jean. I think he's looking to try and split these punches. Look, he keeps slipping his head off to the center line. I think he's going to try and slip and counter at the same time.
Switching his stances here for Jean. Berkamov showed a level change.
Take a look.
Gets a little bit of a smile back.
Watch for this straight right pop from Thad Jean. You can see how he's holding his hand right under his chin. I think he's expecting to slip and counter.
Nasty inside leg kick there from Berkamov, off balance. Jean landed a lead hook as well. Good snatch signal here for Berkamov. Thad Jean's got his neck for now. High elbow guillotine attempt.
Nice head outside single by Berkamov. Thad Jean tight on the guillotine, trying to cinch it up.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it very tight. Berkamov's going to roll to alleviate the pressure. Nice scramble by Jean here.
Berkamov able to create an angle and break that grip. Nasty right hand from Jean, who's trying to keep Berkamov from settling back in. 2 minutes gone here in round number one.
That was a good warning shot from Jean to Berkamov. Don't take me down because I'm going to attack your neck.
Good exchange there, both men.
Oh, nice.